Well, as a songwriter, you can manage your emotions and feelings and save those for songs. And sometimes a lot of those feelings can be what you're hearing from a best friend or from a family member, like, yeah, I'm trying to get out of this relationship, or I'm so in love and I'm so happy and I'm so excited. As an artist, our job is to really absorb everything and then create. I'm Justin Garner. I'm an R&B, pop, soul singer-songwriter. I'm from Plaquemine, Louisiana, which is really close to Baton Rouge, Louisiana. And I have been performing and writing music since I was 11 years old. So I grew up in the Baptist church choir. So I grew up singing in the choir, and then one day I decided, hey, I want to start writing like my own songs. And so transitioned from singing in the choir to writing my own lyrics and melodies, pen to paper. Yeah, guitar I picked up. That was the first instrument I picked up and played, and I've kind of fell in love with guitar. Still learning, not a pro at it at all, but definitely was one of the instruments I picked up. Yeah, I can tell you an exact moment when I really wanted to write my own music. I was a kid and I was in the backseat of my mom's car, and she was playing Lionel Richie and the Commodores, and the song specifically was Sail On. And the song went off and I started singing like my own version of that song with like my own different lyrics. And my mom turned around and she was like, what are you singing back there? And I'm like, it's a song that I wrote. And little did I know that would be the beginning of me writing and charting like my own artist story through soul and pop and R&B music. But from that moment I knew I definitely wanted to create my own, art from that. Lionel Richie and the Commodores, Frankie Beverly and Maze. Michael Jackson was, and it still is, a huge inspiration. I know everyone credits Michael Jackson as the go-to artist. And then I also love Maroon 5 as well. Maroon 5 was a big influence in my music. Beyonce, of course, is modern day right now and an icon. So those artists I feel like definitely influence my sound and the way that I create art. Yeah, definitely feel like when I very first started recording and discovering who I was as an artist, I was often compared and still compared to so many different R&B icons, which is a good thing. It used to be really frustrating because people would say, oh, you sound like this person and that person and that person. And when you're starting as an artist, you're just learning, the foundations and the fundamentals of like, who do you want to become? Like, what is your story? Present day now, my voice is more soulful, my music is more impactful. I've learned a lot through life, had a lot of life to live, through relationships, through experiences that I've witnessed from friends and just different people. I feel like that whole life experience has transformed me into the artist that I am now, which is super passionate about love songs and how people interact with just the concept of love and relationship. Yeah, I think from the start, with a song, it starts with a melody for me. So I might hear something that's like la 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 la, and then that might just transfer into lyrics, like something like I wanna be in love, 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 I wanna be in love, and then that will just transverse into like this whole story of like, is this song about me? Is it about someone that I've grown to love? Is it about a friend in the situation that they're in? And then project-wise, it would always start from what am I trying to say, and like where do I want to fit a project in this musical landscape, in this space? And in particular, the album that I'm in the process of working on now is all about coming back to my roots in Louisiana, that soul, that blues, that R&B, but still making it modern and pop and soulful to what the landscape of music sounds like today. So right now, the project that I'm working on is a huge homecoming to who I always was. I feel like as an artist, I went through different stages of who I wanted to become. And of course, that comes with, your first single, your first project, your first relationship, your first time being in love, your first time having that heartbreak, your first time understanding that you have to love yourself and do that repair work. And then you become this person, which is me now. And that's what this project's about, a homecoming to who I am. So it has multiple different meanings to me. Number one, I Love It Here represents where I am personally. Like, I love where I'm at in life. I love who I am. I love the way that I love people. I love my family. I love my fans. I love my supporters, and I just love where I am in life. So I Love It Here represents just a space that I've created for just like self-love and just self-empowerment, that this is where I love to be. This is my space, and I love it here. Yes. So my album, We Only Have Forever, it was released a few years ago, and there's one song that's called Already Written on this particular album. And it is a very heartfelt pop R&B ballad. And I remember working on that project, and that particular album, it was a range of emotions throughout the whole album. There were up-tempo songs, about chasing the girl, having fun, but then you would get into these really slow, heartfelt ballads of just feeling love. And I thought that was one thing that just at that time wasn't present from a male, vocalist. Like they were, it was about, more of in the club, hanging out with your friends. But this particular track was very emotional and very vulnerable. To this day, I think it has I think I've counted 5 million streams and growing. And it's always going to be the number one song that's at the top of every Justin Garner playlist or collection. I look back at why, and it's because, that vulnerability in music, especially for men, it's really important to show that we love too. We get our heart broken too, break hearts too. But we all have to understand that it's really important for men to be vulnerable sometimes. One thing I wish I would have, told myself first starting out was, it is okay to be your absolute best self. I feel like, I've had different managers and different labels and distributors, and they all had this picture of who they wanted Justin Garner to be. And I feel like there were moments in life where I would fit that mold, given what they wanted me to be. I feel like I earned all of my best success and had all of my best moments when I was 100% myself. And that's something I would share with any artist that is trying to make it, or anyone that's creating art for the first time. Yes, you can hear, and yes, you might have influences, but it is super important to be your absolute best self. I've learned that with my music, I'm a vulnerable dude. Like I sing about love, I sing about heartbreak. Sometimes, right now I'm married with 2 kids, and I'm in my best, moment in season in life and love and relationships. And tomorrow I might write the worst heartbreak song. But it's because it's really important that's represented from a male's perspective at the end of we need to put, that toxic masculinity sometimes can go to the side. It's important to show that guys have feelings, that we love to. And sometimes, for women, they need to hear these songs from us. A lot of female artists, they write female empowerment songs, but it's really rare that you hear a song from a male that is really empowering that female the way she wants to be heard. And I feel like that's my mission as an artist. It's all about managing your feelings and emotions. And, sometimes I'll, have an idea for a song. I will store it in my head, or it can be a memory from way back in the past where, I didn't really care for a situation that I just locked away, and then thought about it and just said, let's write about it. So, the same way, you might go to a therapist and they say, you have to learn to manage your emotions and manage your expectations. Well, as a songwriter, you can manage your emotions and feelings and save those for songs. And sometimes a lot of those feelings can be what you're hearing from a best friend or from a family member, I'm trying to get out of this relationship, or I'm so in love and I'm so happy and I'm so excited. As an artist, our job is to really absorb everything and then create. Hands down, Bruno Mars. Hands down, Bruno Mars. His range as a vocalist, his catalog, just his approach to just different tracks, it's incredible. So Bruno Mars, definitely. And I feel like I'm a fan of, big vocalists, and he just takes the cake, man, every single time. Class act artist, really about creating those vibes that last. I haven't, seen many artists create modern day classics like Bruno Mars. Beyonce is an artist who, is very iconic. I admire the way she releases music, and I admire her approach to the whole creative process. With her being such an icon in the beast, she has figured out and managed how to still be human and still make music that, just cross so many barriers. On the songwriting side, James Fauntleroy. He is an incredible songwriter. He actually wrote Die With a Smile by Lady Gaga and Bruno Mars. And if you check his record, he has written so many really, really incredible songs that just have these lyrics that just, I feel like, just wrap around you. So he's someone that I really, 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 really admire as a songwriter. On the production side, you have Timbaland. You have, I'm a fan of Danger. You have Paula the Don out of Atlanta. You have Jermaine Dupri. You have so many producers. And then also got to shout out like some of the people that I currently work with right now. Sean Andrew Bennett is a producer that I'm working closely with on this project. Desmond Holloway, his name is Nightfall, production name. He's really incredible. J808, he produced I Love It Here and a ton of my other tracks as well. And there are just so many different producers on the rise that are just partnering with artists to create these vibes. So I wanted to take a moment to shout them out too. So what you can expect following I Love It Here, you're going to hear a brand new side of me vocally, a brand new sound I don't think anyone has ever heard from. And it will sound like Louisiana. But at the same time, it will sound like something that will definitely move you. I don't want to give too many hints away, but it's coming out. It's coming out real soon. The next single will be dropping probably next month sometime. And then you will be hearing about the album really, really soon. And, I have the honor of singing the national anthem for the back-to-back Super Bowl champs, the Kansas City Chiefs, which is incredible. And of course, I'm going to have to do something super special around then too. So for everyone watching, you can find me at justingarner.com. I'm on Instagram at @JustinGarner, Facebook.com, official Justin Garner, TikTok, @JustinGarner. All my handles are on my website, my link in bio on my Instagram. Connect with me, stream my music. Let's make this just a moment that we acknowledge just pure homegrown talent. And I thank you guys for having me today. And my fears through the years, I still love it here.